usually we look at the three levels of preventive approaches in mind body. So one thing is to prevent the problem from happening. Second one is the supportive measures with intervention when illness happens. And then the third, tertiary prevention in how to improve quality of life, sustain the longevity, and then survivorship with the disability limitations. Now, when we look at the mind body, the core principle is calm mind, calm body, and mind over the matter. Now, mind body approaches are quite known to be helpful to relieve anxiety, also to reduce need for pain medications, quick recovery from surgical interventions and procedures. So these are kind of documented facts about this. So these are the common cited research, which kind of claims the benefit of mind-body things, meditation, yoga, breathing, pranayama. So reduce stress and anxiety, enhance brain function, cardiovascular health, depression, others like PTSD, insomnia, addiction, pain reduction, workplace efficiency and productivity, academic performance, intelligence, creativity, and learning ability, healthcare costs and utilization, integration of personality, longevity, free radicals, metabolic syndrome, prediabetes, criminal rehabilitation. So as you see, it has a very wide spectrum, which has been time tested. Now, we'll not go into this, how different meditation states changes and affect our brain and mind body. So we'll go to the basic classification of yoga. So yoga is really way of life, comes from the traditional Sanskrit word, union of the lower self with the higher self. And it has 8 limbs. So why we call it 8 limbs and not steps? Because they are integral. So if we suppose pull the leg of a table, so whole the table moves. So the same way, they are all interconnected and integral with each other. So we can divide them into 2 parts. So the external preparation and then the internal discovery of the self. So yama niyama, we can call them as the administrators, and asana is the physical pose, which strengthens our body to be ready for the inner journey and exploration. And then pranayam becomes a tool which connects our mind and body. That's going to be our topic for today. So yoga looks at the perspective in quite a deep manner. So whatever we eat, our conduct becomes our thoughts and then actions, and action also leads to what we eat. So it's a cycle which has been described for a long time from the yogic perspective. Now prana equals to life force or consciousness, and it is the basic life principle that governs this universe, and it bridges the gap between mind and body. So all forms of energy are prana, both kinetic and potential. Now these are the different definitions given by this prana by different authorities. So prana governs this universe. Prana is from where all beings are born. Prana is higher consciousness. These are from Taittiriya Upanishad. Now the prana is also grouped into 5 different categories. So prana, the main energy into thoracic region. Apana, the downward force. Then vana, the distributed mainly into the limbs. Udana, the upward force. And then the samana, whole body integration. And as you see in the parenthesis, there is a description of how they correlate with the other parts of our body. So main breathing is happen through the prana. Then the elimination functions happen through apana. Then the distribution of the blood and things happen through the nerves, the senses. Then the udana, anything which brings upward, the vomiting, belching, coughing, anything to do with the vocal cords. And then samana, the whole body integration for the gastric and abdominal functions. So we'll do a small experiential activity now. So Though I can't see you, you just sit still and straighten the back and the spine, chin parallel to the ground, and then both the palms facing to the sky, right at the junction of the upper and the lower half of your body. Now, take a deep breath and then just close your eyes. So you're not doing anything but the observation. So see, is your breath coming through the chest or through the belly? And is your breath just in and out, or you see any variation? If we count a minute, then maybe how many counts per minute is your breath? And then do you feel any deeper connection when we really focus on our breath? So now slowly just breathe in, rubbing the palms together, locating both the palms on top of the head, to the face, to the arms, to the forearms, to the chest, in the back, going all the way to the toes. So rotate the shoulder forward, backward, ease the body, taking a moment. So let's use the chat box again to share your comments. So first question is, how many people feel the difference? Yes or no? That's the first question. All right, so a lot of yes. Okay, so how many people noticed their breath was into the chest? And how many noticed it was into the belly? And how many noticed that it shifted from chest to the belly? So a lot of people noticed the belly. So shifted from chest to the belly, belly to the belly, shifted chest to the belly, into belly. Wonderful. Thanks for participating. So it's a lot of fun to interact. So what must have, so who knows, what must have made this shift from chest to the belly? So anybody has any answers? How the shift happened? So we did some activity, awareness. When we take a deeper breath, it happens. Focus on breathing. So all that is true. So what we learned from this, that where our awareness goes, the conscious breath, automatically our energy also moves accordingly. Wonderful. Thanks for participating. Now we'll go to the idea that what is pranayam. So prana means life energy, as we seen. And what is ayama means optimal mastery over this pranic energy. And we have the perfect control over inhalation and exhalation. So if you look at this graph, which is on the right hand side into the black color, so you will see the line which is more vertical, that is our inhalation. So first our lungs are empty, we start inhalation. To the peak of the line, our lungs are full. Then when the line becomes horizontal, that's the time we are pausing. And then the other line which goes downward, that is the exhalation. And then we have the empty retention before we start with the new breath. So that's how typical yogic breath kind of manifests. So in the traditional form, this is called as Puraka, Kumbhaka, and Rechaka, and then Bahya Kumbhaka. So the Kumbhaka, the holding is two kinds, Antar Kumbhak and Bahya Kumbhak, the internal holding, and then when you exhale. So retention of the breath is very important, and that's really our switch to connect our mind and body. That's how we will look at it. So Now the scriptures, like the traditional scriptures like Hatha Yoga Pradipika mentions that when our life energy is still, it translates to our mind being still, that is chitta, and then that's when matter becomes energy. Then we go beyond the matter to, and then how to go to the energy. So from body awareness to the universal consciousness. And then what is written thousands of years ago into this scripture, it still validates with the in the light of the modern science. So Shiva Samhita mentions about 4 dimensions of pranayama. So when one becomes conscious and is awakened with the breath, that is called as arambha. When one is immersed and purified with the fire of pranayama, the ghata, deep inert connection and knowledge of breath patterns resulting in intimate connection to and getting to know to oneself, parichaya. And the fourth is internalization or sublimation, nishpatti, where seeds of our karmic actions are burnt, reset of karmic baggage, and then one goes beyond attributes called as gunatita. That means we transcend all this matter and then we fully light up into our inner consciousness. So now breath is also one of the ways for body to get energy. So it's known that yogis and athletes have very high lung capacity. And in pranayama, there is more air transaction than just normal breathing, as there is an intimate connection and deep awareness to the breath. So pranayama is known to enhance efficiency of the lungs